Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is 3.4.
What's going on, world? How are you? Welcome back to channel 3.4. I guess this would be more of an episode of Dave Speaks. I was just thinking about some of the feedback I've received on my reaction to What Did I Miss? Drake's new record. I guess I kind of wanted to just summarize it and maybe speak on it in a way where it may make a little more sense due to some of my feelings about Drake in the current state. And I think there might be some misunderstandings or people that don't quite really know what I think about Drake. And I don't know if I've clearly stated it before. So here's the thing. There's a lot of music Drake has made that I've liked over the years, and I'm not one of these guys that is in denial of the records that I like from Drake. Like, just because I think Kendrick won the battle, and just because I was excited to see that feud that's been brewing for the better part of 15 years actually come to a head and boil over, and interested in seeing Kendrick Lamar in a position to have to test himself from a battle perspective. Very excited about that and rooting for that. Meant very little. I actually wanted Drake to be great in that battle. I wanted him to be great. Family Matters, if there was any relevancy to the disses on Kendrick there, like if any of it was true, I think it would have been a great diss record. And I really enjoyed it at the time because I think both of them were slinging so much mud that it turned into just like who left with more mud on them, right? And to me, Drake left with more mud on him. That's how I feel. And I think Kendrick won the battle. And I think the Drake's behavior with the lawsuits and everything since, especially the defamation, slander lawsuit, that part is insane to me, and I think it is so incredibly corny. I think it is so corny. I think Drake is wildly tone deaf. And I think that he doesn't know. I think he's a sore loser. And I don't think he's handled himself well since. And I also think that this has some to do with the battle, but also beyond that. I feel like Drake has felt bored to me for a very long time. He has sounded uninspired, paranoid, and uninspired at the same time. Paranoia may be rooted in some accuracies because, we've seen people like Ross or LeBron or whatever, people that may have jumped ship. But the thing with LeBron, though, that I keep hearing is I guess the thing about LeBron that I don't hear a lot is the fact that LeBron was also a Kendrick Lamar fan. Like, I know he was cool with Drake, and they were close, and I get that. But he also had a fanhood experience with Kendrick Lamar, and maybe a friendship with him as well too, that I don't know. Kendrick is way more private and doesn't typically post photos like this one. So for me, Drake has been bored, and I thought that the whole battle was actually the first time Drake had sounded as awake as he did. I thought the push-ups, the nah, this time you following through, and the use me as they got nothing to drop button, and drop, all that stuff, all the antagonizing that he was doing, I thought was the first time Drake had been interesting and awake, and there was an aura or an energy that felt like Drake of old, right? Everything since has been either we off that, vibes are coming. The messaging hasn't been good. for Drake. He's had a lot of mixed messaging. Academic says, oh yeah, he's on the vibes, big summer coming up. It didn't really happen. And then, yeah, he's off that. He doesn't really care about that, but then is actively suing. And, he's fine. Yachty to say he's fine. He's so unbothered, but he's suing. And he raps. Every time he raps, it feels like he's talking about how betrayed he feels by the people that used him or turned their back on him. And so the messaging's been bad. We haven't really been able to identify what Drake really thinks. We haven't been able to pin what Drake really feels about this. Is he hurt? Is he paranoid? And he sounds hurt in a lot of his music, and that seems easy to digest and easy to tell. But again, we're kind of hearing that he's not and everything's good. So, okay then, strange, but we'll move on. What we haven't heard at all is any, definitely accountability. That's the one thing I've realized after listening to What Did I Miss, that I just kind of think, like, what am I missing, right? Like, he's asking what did I miss, like, what am I missing? What he does talk about I remember when I was looking at y'all, cooking with y'all, giving out verses and bookings for y'all. That part right there was kind of like, okay, I thought we were going to crack the vault open. I thought we were going to get into what Drake thought about from the time that, like, what did I miss? We were hanging out, we were good, we were doing music, we were fucking making money, everything was good. And then what did I miss? And now it's not good, right? So, like, I thought we were going to take a look at how we got from point A to point B from Drake's perspective without blaming everybody else. And that's the thing that I feel like he's done with every record, is these guys they turned their back. They turned their back on me to side with a hater. They betrayed me to side with a pussy that tried me. They did this, they did that. I haven't once heard him talk about what he's done. And he says the get back for y'all is TBD. Like, he still hasn't determined how he's going to get back at them. Someone made the point in the comment section, what do you mean it's TBD? You're suing. My point to the comment was, well, the results of the lawsuit have not been concluded yet. They're still to be determined. So who knows what's going to happen there. But look, I'm not one of these guys that thinks that Kendrick won the battle and that means that Drake sucks. Right? I think Kendrick won the battle. I think that what Drake is doing with the lawsuits and everything sucks. I think the way that he's tone deaf sucks. I think that stuff sucks. I don't think that his music has to inherently suck now that he's lost the battle. I don't think that that's true. I think that there's music he's made off of Views, and If You're Reading This Is Too Late, and Take Care, that I like those records a lot. He's even got a few songs, like I said, that The City Is Pretty When It's Dead, Just Like a Flower. Yeah, that fucking song, I like that record. He's got music that I do like. I even don't hate What Did I Miss. What annoyed me, and the reason why I rated it is because I think there's one of two routes as a listener that I'm expecting him to go. It's either move on and not comment on it, or if I'm going to talk about it, like, timestamp Drake is going to be necessary. Like, if he's going to talk about it, then we're going to get a very deep, reflective, introspective record where there's not a lot of finger pointing, but a lot of, like, acknowledgments and maybe some accountability. And it's not even that I need Drake to be sorry. It's not even that I need Drake to say, hey guys, my bad, hand up, my bad, okay? I apologize, but, I don't need an I'm sorry record from him because I don't think he's sorry. But what I want is a record that explains why he did whatever he did, when he was doing whatever he was doing during the time that whole thing was going on, and what led them to be mad at him was this, and here's why I did it, and I guess just like a justification record. Like, I shouldn't even say justification record. I'm interested in his justification. I'm interested in his rationalization. I'm interested in his perspective as to what happened. I know the ghostwriter thing and Drake, I get it, yeah, but also Drake's a good writer. Drake's a good writer also. Okay, he's not just a ghost written for rapper. He's written up for other artists. He's done writing before. I think that as a fan of writing, I'm waiting for the writer to write well, and I don't think he's really gone into his well-written bag yet, and that's why I'm kind of underwhelmed by the "what did I miss" or the "give me a hugs" or the whatever's, because I feel like this one was a step in that direction. I feel like we were getting very close to it, and and he just kind of bailed on it, like especially in the third verse. Like I said, he gets the handing out verse and bookings with y'all. What did I miss? And then something about the girls. What did I miss? And then it's just music. And I was like, damn, I really thought we were going to get into something personal, something real, something introspective. But instead it's, let's go. What did I miss? It's like, it just falls short of any of the things I think I'm looking for as a fan of the writer, fan of the writing, and I just hope that he's able to do something with this Iceman record, because I as corny as he is, and as much as I hate the stuff he's been doing lately, when he makes good records, he makes good records, and I'm here for a good record. I just think that he's a cornball, but every now and then that cornball makes some records that I like. So we'll see if the music gets better. Hopefully it does. Hopefully it gets inspired. There's some creativity, but I just feel like What Did I Miss would have been a very, very good record for him to make if he went away. If after he did the Heart Part 6 and he took his gloves off and took the tape off and hopped in his car and went home and went on vacation, kind of just laid low and wasn't actively suing or actively liking posts about ticket sales, and wasn't sending messages to politicians about being a goof for going to concerts and then posting, look what I did. I called that politician a goof because he went to a concert. If he wasn't doing that stuff and laid low and we didn't really hear from Drake, and Drake wasn't trying to be this omnipresent being that he always is, and then he just came out of nowhere with a record like What Did I Miss, that would have hit very well. I would have liked that record a lot. It would have been interesting. Hey, since I've been gone, what did I miss? That could have been cool. But instead, it's what I meant. What did you miss? What do you mean? It's just, I don't know. It's kind of again, the messaging is bad, the PR is bad, the look is bad. Yeah, I don't hate Drake. I just hate what he's doing. I don't like Drake either. I really don't have any feelings about Drake, the person. I just think he's kind of a cornball that makes good music sometimes. But he hasn't been making good music, or he hasn't made music that I think is good. So, since that's true for me, well, now it just kind of feels like, well, I just kind of think he's corny. I don't hate him. I don't have any reason to hate him. He didn't do nothing to me. And I'm not one of these guys that just because he went up against someone that I also like, I'm a fan of, it means I have to hate him forever. It's it's fucking, y'all crazy. It's crazy. It's so strange that no one can even provide criticism about Drake without being called a K-bot or whatever. So he's got nothing to do with Kendrick. Y'all keep attaching Kendrick to people disliking Drake. It's crazy. It's crazy. I can dislike something Drake does without it having to be Kendrick related. It's fucking nuts. That's gonna do it for me, everyone. Be safe, be real. Don't forget to pursue your happiness. Catch y'all in the next one.
Thank you to YouTube and Patreon members Jay Tree, Clay Hopkins, and Mohammed Bukamza.